Hello and welcome to Stocks Advisor channel. Here at our channel we are looking for interesting buy opportunities for US-based stocks. Today we'll have a look at KB Home. So KB Home is actually entering very interesting area where a clear reversal is expected for this very nice uptrend that we observed from about March 17, this very famous COVID depth. And then the stock was showing very nice uptrend, so it gained actually almost everything it has lost during COVID situation. But now the question is, what will happen next? Is it still good stock to buy? And if yes, then when we should buy it and what we can expect here. So to understand that, let's have a look first to general analysis and statistics. About end of May, we had once the overbought situation looking at RSI. Also, we had another overbought situation at about 5th of June, so meaning like we 2 times hit the bottom, and if you also follow the price change here, it indeed shows very nice clear lines that are working in this case as a strong resist, and the line was confirmed actually again 2 times, and we can see here that this line was not pierced, so looks like trend is going to return back. Another uptrends that were cancelled, actually, if we could look at them, the one started at about May 17, so after the COVID dip, there was a fast track up. Then there was another track started at actually immediately after that at about 23rd of March. This was a slower track, and the slower track green line, let's call it track 1. It was actually confirmed then at about 5th and 7th May once, and then at 7th of June, 8th of June, the price tried to test it again as a possible support, but it didn't work. It pierced down, then a little bit waving happened here, and now it's going away from it. So you can say there is another trend possibly building up here, but this should be reconfirmed. We will see how the situation will happen. If you look at this resist red line that we draw, let's call it resist 1, and the current price, and actually this new trend, the trend 2, the slower trend, the green line here, there is still some capacity here in between, so it's up to 10%. This might be the volatility level for the remaining of this week. But if you look to the candles formation, it's actually quite bearish, quite aversive. So what we see here today, we have a red hammer candle, which is the candle that looks like this, meaning that actually it started below than yesterday. It went down, but bulls tried to regain at the end of the day a little bit, but they couldn't completely win the situation. And if you look here, moving average 200, which is the red line here, worked as kind of support. It also worked as a support 3 days ago, so 2 times. But the situation when you have this kind of candle, so the hammer with a quite long down shadow, and it touched any support line, this could be called as a piercer. So this kind of candle combination can be called piercer, meaning that it can pierce down further this support line. And this is what we can observe here in general for the coming actually days. Just to let you understand what these color lines are, the green one is actually moving average 20, blue one is moving average 50, and red one is moving average 200. The picture is here on the left, just for your information. And if we start looking further to the candle situation, you can see that moving average 200 worked today as a support, and then the price returned to this trend T2. So it's actually here. If we look, it ended here. And now the question is where it will go. It still might be it will open tomorrow a little bit lower, and then will be again dragged a little bit higher, but I don't think we will pass the resist line 1. Also, why I don't think so is if you look at the trend of RSI, after having these maximums, it's constantly downish. So it means that we're still at overbought situation, It slowly goes down. Later it will develop some positive pressure, but for now it's quite small, and it just shows the tendency. If we look at the divergence convergence index MACD, it's also very interesting here. After having this triple resist line, so we three times declined to pass the resist line, which coincided with maximum here. Actually at MACD we saw the downtrend, and then we are staying flat here. Staying flat with MACD on the negative means that we still didn't form the wave down, which is classical, like you can see at the March here, like we had two waves and then it goes up. So we didn't finish the wave formation. It more looks like the wave is delayed, so it will start later. Also coinciding with the overall possibility of the piercer effect here. So this situation more and more looks like indeed like a piercer. So what would it mean? It means that even though some volatility this week is possible, in general, the trend is definitely seems like going down. Still, some extra fight could happen at the moving average 50. This line, when we reach it, also could be some additional volatility before we pierce it further. And then once price goes down, then we can look for some interesting buy opportunities for this stock. So in case this situation happens, we can have several buy options here. So the first one will start at this level. The second one actually will start somewhere at these levels, and in the worst case scenario it might even go to these levels. So this makes for us boxes to buy. So this will be one box, another box. Well, this one I don't think we would ever reach, but if some negative catalysis come, then it could be there. So this is the box number 1, number 2 strong buy, number 3 again with very bad news probably, or some bad catalysis coming, it could go down. Still you can fight here the zero level, I call it, so after we pierce the moving average 50, because some volatility can happen. I usually don't do it, but if you try to play here, it's also possible, but always mind some funds for possible average down if we go further. Also another parameter which is important, which indicates possible end of the trend up, is actually flattening of moving average 20. You can see this green line, and it's kind of reaching maximum and also tries to go down. If this is confirmed again next days, what we will observe, we will see with some time the magic cross down when the moving average 20 will cut from the top moving average 50. This will create additional downtrend. So overall, short mid-term, this is kind of a downtrendish, and then we should observe reversal, because here enormous amount of pressure arc will be built at 2 or level 1 or 2. Then the price will go high, and then the good question will be when to sell. I would say the first nice selling opportunity will come just at that level. So this will be the first opportunity where you can sell. In general, also will depend how the moving averages 20 and 50 will dance around each other. So it still might be that we will try to return to R1 level, but it's still a question. So this level R2 would be the best one to exit this situation. So this was it for KBH. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel.